he be looking?
Probably to counter the purple invades. The Titans will do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the long cooldown on that ultimate though, so he'll have to pick and choose when he can use it properly.
It's going to take him a little while to get over there. This Fafnir, you had highlighted yesterday something that has been good and feels like unique right now for the Kings. We'll see if they can take it here in game number 1 or if the Titans will start this one off with their best foot forward. For now, we'll go down to Dave and Mifflin to find out how game 1 shakes out.
That's right, it's Championship Sunday, and the Tartarus Titans have made it in. We'd see some fireworks here in the solo lane, and already we do. But the Titans, I don't know if you could say they haven't been tested yet, Miff, but teams have been very hard-pressed to take games off of them.
Hard-pressed to take games or force strategies. Big Man Tinks falls for first blood. Paul making it happen early.
Man, Tinks is going to overextend back into the mid lane, and now we're going to get a look back at exactly what happens here, Miff. That's just a blink in from Layers. We know Kamazot's got a lot of damage early. Paul's got to hit that last auto attack, able to do so. And so now this team that
from the Tartarus Titans in the mid 2v2, just a slow from Camelot. Genetics should be fine here. He's got the lead.
Right, if nothing else, it's a red buff invade that gets dropped down by Layers. Hammer from Genetics is out, but there is no rotation in from the rest of the Camelot Kings here. This is just going to be Genetics being walked down. Does he need some help? In fact, Layers has got lots of damage, and Genetics was there just to defend his red buff, and that is the longest kill you'll ever see. And the Titans now have a couple. But now they're doing it against the Tartarus Titans team, who have a nice lead in mid and feeling decent out of the jungle as well. Layers not quite level 5, but he doesn't need it, and it is horrific all over the map for the Camelot Kings right now. Mid has died. Solo expected we would see more of. The purple buff pressure from the Tartarus Titans. Is Twig here to defend though? No, he's not. He's on the right side of the map. Genetics uses the transformation as the River's Rebuke is out as well, but the Dark Portal drops at his feet, and the purple buff will as well, and it goes over to Cyclone Spin.
With damage this game, and it's netted about a level and a half down of Captain Twig.
There's a jump out from Layers, so maybe a chance for the Camelot Kings to
Great
find
block.
their first kill. Massive block from Genetics, but he is transformed. Fear no evil sends Layers right back the other way, and it is first kill of the set for the Camelot Kings. Twig survives on. The heal ticks through right at the last moment, but Layers has not been killed as Paul is rotated from the mid lane. Big Man Tings will have to leap away as well, and we got a 1-for-1.
Big Man Tings takes a lot.
Man, Netrioid has just been whittling away this tower. Dark Portal slows down the disengage. Cyclone Spin walks it. Oh, but Netrioid dashes off to the side, and we will see no further in the 1v1. Paul should be able to rotate around this corner. The damage misses, but the second chance is there. And Paul nearly goes down, but able to get it anyway. That for themselves. Over on the right, though, a bit of a grouping from the Camelot Kings. I don't know if there's enough damage on the Benji here. He'll get the stun. They'll have to use the beads in trade. Aurora takes some damage here in the mid lane, but the individual members of the Titans that have been caught out have been able to disengage. But how about the rest here in mid? To fear no evil from Captain Twig to send the Titans running, and Big Man Tinks from range. Grabs a first kill in the mid lane fight. Benji's alone off to the right here within execute threshold, but will not take the attempt.
Layers does have the Sacred Monkey on him, but Captain Twig too low HP.
By the Camelot Kings, and Variety's just buying so much time here. You gotta commit onto this one if you're the Camelot Kings, and they do. And they take down the FG. Execute should be there, and it sure is. One of the buffs stripped away. Genetics walking away, and the Camelot Kings get the big one.
Yeah, Variety.
They're left unchecked.
Twig's ultimate's coming up just now, which should be the go button for the Camelot Kings.
Bead still down. 4 Paul, 4 Cyclone Spin. Layers bat out of hell. He's found Netrioid with some good damage. Benji walks forward and gets the stun onto Variety to the front line. Buying space for the Tartarus Titans now. River's Rebuke, that is locked in a couple, but Phantom immediately used, and that's a great disengage for the Camelot Kings. Now Captain Twig's got to leave as well. All of this cleave damage is massive from the Tartarus Titans. Can you finish off the low hill targets? That's been your issue all game long. If you're the Titans, and you've got a great opportunity to flip this game around. Twig has gone back in, and he has found the back line. Paul is the first to go down, and Benji answers.
Variety now on the chase, trying to lock down the Camelot Kings, surging forward.
Oh, big stun onto Layers as he will leap away as well, and BMT going massive. He's got another in this fight. No way, right? The Tartarus Titans are pulling this. Layers is back in base. Fear no evil catches out 3 of the members around the FG. Double ticks on Benji. Fire Giant slow. That's Variety. Genetics, they're walking into the FG pit. The Fire Giant has been reset.
Massive.
Captain Twig, I'll take that one to go, please. And the Camelot Kings turning around, and they'll grab the FG for themselves. Aurora melted away, and I can smell the end of game 1.
Netrioid starting to move his way forward as well. Benji and Paul should be able to make their way out with the help of Layers. This game is not necessarily over just yet, but it might as well be, man. This is hard.
Layers, Paul, they've got to go massive here, and Benji's got a tank. a whole hell of a lot of damage. The Tartarus Titans, they came out swinging, and the Camelot Kings bought their time. This game was 7-2 kills in favor of the Tartarus Titans at one point. It is now 8-7 for the Camelot Kings. A 5-1 swing. Frenzy used. Titan is decimated, and the Camelot Kings walking to a Game 1 win.
That impressive individual plays is what win you that game. Captain Twig.
It's going to be an interesting and exciting matchup, at least in my mind, to see what these teams are going to be capable of doing. Can the Titans tie it up, or will the Kings take a 2-0 lead? Let's find out.
We got a whole lot of fun going into
now
game.
that
Metroid and Genetics are both level 5 off of that wave. Gotta be careful if you're the Tartarus Titans. Captain Twig rotates over to Solo, and it's Benji locked in place beneath his Tier 1 tower. And the Fear No Evil finds its value early. The Camelot Kings in rotation into Gold Fury that we've seen a good bit, but it looks like might be looming towards a Gold Fury fight this time. Keep your eyes on Variety. He's in the mid lane right now. Might be able to just split those.
Where'd he go? What?
Oh my god, he is gone. I'm thinking a fight's gonna break out, and Layers did too. But he missed the train, and he is back in.
But Paul doesn't allow that to be the answer for the entirety of the match.
Oh, no.
Eventually, someone's going to have to deal with them.
Aurora walks forward, and I'm not sure he's going to walk out. The Riptide was there. The second one is as well, but Fear No Evil spent. So is the Dark Portal. You don't love that if you're the Camelot Kings. You do. He's fine with it.
He loves it.
I think Twig is just A-okay with that. That's Sikkim. And Crush missed. Big Man Tings walked down, Book of the Dead. That'll help buy some time. And now Benji, have you overextended? Execute says no, but you do have to spend your ultimate. Now Layers just to the side as Big Man Tings on that damage. Beads used by Layers. There's one set of beads left on the map for the Tartarus Titans.
Wow!
Does not have him. Netroid, I'll take the solo kill. Yes, please. And Paul now jumping back into Netroid, who's on the back. He got the knockup. And there's a Scarab's Blessing on Netroid as he walks forward, and he is dealing the damage to Paul. He'll dash out over the wall. Layers is in on the chase, but it looks like the Izanami will survive.
Yeah, but Layers probably won't. Variety just a couple inches away
Twig
from
is
the
here.
claw swipe.
I don't know where that Fear No Evil is on cooldown. Nice Riptide back from Aurora to help keep the Camazots on the
Pump
map.
fake on the Fire Giant, just waiting for the Tartarus
Titans
to show
just
up.
do it? Can the Titans just do it? The Camelot Kings don't have their Hunter here immediately, but this is a slow play from the Titans. Netroid pumping back towards the Oni Fury, now back towards the Fire Giant, and it is slowly being whittled away, but Captain Twig, that's massive!
Huge!
Fear No Evil gets used, but so does the Scarab's Blessing. This is the opening that the Titans have been looking for. They've been losing every aspect of this game, but this fight is for the Tartarus Titans. Captain Twig is down first. Variety executed second, and the Titans have found 2 kills.
The Camelot Kings decide to get a little bit too fancy here. Genetics far out of position.
Oh, he's gone.
He should fall down, but if the Tartarus Titans want to leave him alive, who cares? It's just a Capri. You might as well just head over towards the Fire Giant. Layers on the chase.
What can the Camelot Kings do here? Genetics is just buying some time. Look at Big Man Tings and Netroid. They're
No way.
on the left side of the map. They will go over the wall here. Can Genetics
No
deliver
way.
back? That's the question. Genetics now dead. Enhanced Fire Giant still there. Big Man Tings and Netroid. They are backdooring.
Surely
the backdoor
not.
Kings, the Tartarus Titans. Yeah, you win a fight, but at what cost? Game 2. Yeah, baby. Big Man Tings and Netroid get it done.
That is some of the best macro play we've ever seen. The Camelot Kings, they went off the back of macro, time in and time out. This has been the phase of Titan back.
Not only that, you get to choose which side of the bracket you are on in Worlds. You choose the quarterfinal matchup that leads into yours. Feels like a great prize in and of itself. Let's see if the Kings can earn it right here and right now, but going down to Game 3.
There's a lot on the line and plenty of time for the Camelot Kings to secure all of that and more for themselves in total in the last couple of matches that we've seen them. And now the Camelot Kings have commanding control of this best-of-5 grand finals. And it's an important mental check as well for the Camelot Kings not to let off the gas. Nice double stun from Variety. Heal comes out from Layers in just a moment, but it's a double dunk from Captain Twig. First blood on the line.
Nearly.
And Benji weaves his way on in. The last bit of damage isn't there on a Captain Twig, but job is done. And the answer from the Titans there and keeping Aurora alive.
Oh, wow.
Giving your chance around this Pyromancer very good. Early taunt in from Layers. That's caught out onto Genetics, who does not have his ultimate back. Double dash used, and goodbye, says Paul, and the Morgan Le Fay is on board.
It is. The Tartarus Titans can now fall back and try and pull this Pyromancer yet again. Variety hovering nearby, as is Twig. Big Man Tings not far away either.
You have this advantage. You got to secure it now. At this point, you can't let this one get stolen away. One more kill would help Captain Twig. Whirls on around, but ends up going down the drain, and now Paul has got 2 kills. Pyromancer gets dropped by the Tartarus Titans.
Big Man Ting's going to be forced back to base here, so this could open up another opportunity for the Tartarus Titans to look towards the Pyromancer yet again, or just Variety.
Rivers Rebuke sends Variety back towards the left, and goodbye Artio. Benji now on the board for the second time this game. You finally got some kills. Rolling in the solo lane. Paul has got some there as well. Captain Twig doesn't have much to say about this one. Doesn't look like Genetics will rotate over either. And in game one, how about this? Can I do this? Can I do the Fire Giant?
It's kind of crazy.
They think that they can. Well, where's Netroid? He was over on the left side of the map. He's rotating in around the back of this fight. Variety, he's used his Phantom already, and he is low, and Benji calls him on it. But look out on the backside of this fight.
What?
Oh, Layers survives in Cyclone Spin. He's able to turn around to kill. Finally, Netroid deals the last bit of damage. It's a blink through Benji and Cyclone Spin from Genetics. Big Man Tings, that's Book of the Dead. Buys him a little bit of time here in the mid lane, but the chase goes on. A nice knockup from Genetics. Delays out the re-engage in mid, but this Achilles starting to run wild.
He can.
We'll see. Camelot Kings, they are close by, but Cyclone Spin and Aurora, they're the only two on the Fire Giant. Genetics knocked up and knocked to the side. The Fire Giant has been dropped. Body block. That one's good from Netroid, but out of the Bifrost he goes, and that is enough space for the Tartarus Titans to grab themselves the FG. Benji gets the kill onto Genetics nonetheless, and now the Camelot Kings running for the hills.
Netroid and Captain Twig nowhere to be seen, so it's Variety left
Oh
alone
my
here.
God.
He's going to go into the body bag alone as well.
And it looks like maybe the victory here in the Phase 3 Titans on the Fire Giant. Camelot Kings close by. They don't have the time. The Camelot Kings just not in range. Maybe you can find a kill elsewhere on the map. But Benji, he is happy to be thrown into the awaiting grasp of the Camelot Kings. Netroid has exited stage left as Captain Twig and Variety locked in place by Layers over here on the right. It is a disengage from the Camelot Kings, but Variety doesn't have the legs. He will be the first casualty in this fight. And now the defense crippled for the Camelot Kings.
Paul's straight up frontlining. He's running him down. Paul's leading the charge. Somebody has to look at this guy. The first bit of damage Paul is taking a swath across the map. Cyclone Spin unchecked. Drops the Phoenix to 50%.
Genetics is in the back. Cyclone Spin happy to use the beads for that because Genetics kept right where he is, stunned in place, and he will die where he stands. Cyclone Spin is found the second. And now the Tartarus Titans with 2 kills on the board. 1 Phoenix left standing. They smell blood in the water. They smell a game 4, but it is up to Netroid, Big Man Tings, and Variety to keep this game alive. You've got plenty of damage. You've got a little tankiness. There is still hope for the Camelot Kings to keep things in the balance here. That's a nice dark portal, though, from Cyclone Spin on the re-engage. Variety being melted through, but he is buying a lot of space for the Titan, but it is not nearly enough. The Tartarus Titans win game 3 and send us to game 4.
And in convincing fashion.
The transforms aren't like traditional this game. I guess Nike is like, that's definitely one you're really happy with. Gilgamesh ult you're really happy with as well. But yeah, I just think they're going to kind of coast a little bit.
We get to figure it out right here, right now. Can the Kings close it out in 4, or will the Titans push us to game 5? Let's go to David Mifflin and find out.
Game number 4 between the Camelot Kings and the Tartarus Titans. We maintained our balance. Kings is the target for Paul with the stealth stun setup. If he goes Book of the Dead early, do you feel a little bit better about Big Man Tings and his ability to survive?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I like Big Man Tings in the 1v1 with Book of the Dead up against the Morrigan. I think the Morrigan, or Paul specifically, is going to have to shift his target.
Oh, could be first blood here. Netroid jumps away, had to use the beads, holds on to his ultimate. Would have also provided CC immunity there. Watch out, Layers. Blinks, Typhoon!
Oh, no.
My goodness, from range! And Netroid did not see it coming. Layers.
An entire level ahead.
It's a good combo there as well to set up Aurora and Cyclone Spin. Just combine all their CC. Here's a transformation. Paul into the Nike. This is very close to a solo kill. This will happen, and it's going to be Layers grabbing his second of the game. That one helped out in large part due to Paul. And that Morrigan finding a lot of damage on the Big Man Tings. A fantastic
up
start
against Layers. I don't think Layers is taking that 1v1 too often, so it's about relative value in the fight. Layers has got it.
Do you have enough damage here is the question. Benji takes a lot. Drop kick from Twig. Good at providing a little bit extra. This is a 4 versus 3. Typhoon out. Double knock up, double pull in. Layers playing it perfectly. He'll dash away. Paul has gotten the kill on the Captain Twig, but it's a re-engage from Benji. Finds a knockup. Variety and Genetics, they are locked in place. They have done enough, though, to delay out this fight. Big Man Tings now rotating in, jumping in, as a matter of fact. And not enough damage from the Kings to feel confident on the full re-engage. But Cyclone Spin is rotated over. Dark Portal, oh, it's perfect, and Benji has got the double knockup. It's a disastrous fight in the jungle for the Camelot Kings.
Like 4 auto attacks hits the entire wave. You clear it out, then you can immediately rotate out. And that's exactly what he's done.
Oh no, Captain Twig. We'll walk away from a little bit of this fight. Rend on the other end from Benji might be there, and it sure is. And Captain Twig does fall prey to the engage in the jungle, but Benji wants more. Sentinel of Zeus is down in Variety. It's slowed to all hell. A roar finds the root on the other end. Abduct to go, please, and Layers assists in another. Benji's got the double. And this game, Myth, is already starting to spiral. This is the fastest paced game we've seen. Tartarus Titan jump out.
Genetics will, but he's got Benji on his heels. Should be able to walk out after all of that. But the Tartarus Titans, they don't need to leave. They can take out this tier 1.
Oh man, Netroid, he doesn't have ultimate. He's got beads and he's got leap. But Typhoon will find everything but the knockup. So Netroid will leave, but Genetics will die. And so now the duo lane has its third death of the game. And the Titans are throwing an inflatable yacht out there. You're throwing a lifeboat out to the Camelot Kings here. Typhoon takes Variety for a little bit of damage. Kings able to disengage from this fight. So there's a small win, but the Dark Portals for Cyclone Spin have been on point, and this one is as well. Transformation from Paul into the Nike. Massive knockup from Benji, and this fight is horrific yet again for the Camelot Kings, as if you expect anything else. 3-man knockup on the re-engage. Stun from Paul forces the Aegis. Looks like the clone maybe baited out the ultimate there. Paul re-engages, has Scarab's blessing, and he'll get the kill to go.
Okay, Life Raft's got some holes in it now, Dave. That thing is holding water.
Good thing we got a backup Life Raft in the Life Raft.
Good lord. Tartarus Titans pull out the Fire Giant. It's burning pretty quickly, but the Camelot Kings are nearby. They might be able to slow this one down.
Yeah, are the Kings nearby, or is like Variety close and he's gonna die anyway? Re-engage from Twig. A chance for the first kill of the game goes by the wayside, and the Titans 13-0 up, 17.5 minutes into game number 4. Susano and Myth, we're looking real close to a game 5 if the rest of the Titans keep playing the way that they are.
Gotta completely agree. Genetics in some significant trouble. Yeah,
I mean, we're just farming at this point, right? Dark Portal. Oh, yeah, it's a nice transformation.
Is it?
No. Well, yes. Bought a little bit of time.
Yeah, Game 2 took us a back door. We're out here fighting tooth and nail. The Tartarus Titans, they're not fighting tooth and nail.
Feels like we're one fight away from a game 5 here in the Phase 3 Grand Finals, and a lot on the line. Camelot Kings will not go down without a fight, but that fight is fleeting. Captain Twig, Variety, deleted. Layers is on a rampage. Typhoon might have just one-tapped Netrioid on the back of this fight. Layers goes in with 2 kills in his back pocket here in this engagement. This game is over, and a game 5 looms large.
That was the longest end I've ever seen, in that I think it was over at the 6-minute mark, and the Tartarus Titans took another 15 to do it themselves. Game 5 coming up.
What else is
as Dave said it the other day, playing both sides of the coin, making sure you're doing things exactly right. $24,000, almost $25K, can separate first and second place. And of course, again, the coveted prize, choosing which side of the bracket you are on at Worlds, is on the line between these two teams. Who will win it? Game 5 starts now.
Kings win 1 and 2, Titans win 3 and 4. Game 5 will find us 6 minutes into the game. There's already about a 700 gold difference for Benji here in this solo lane. And Benji's on a pick that wants to do this. Variety doesn't have his ultimate. Layers does, and there is first blood 6 minutes in to the Tartarus Titans.
Captain Twig hovering nearby. Layers low HP, but healing up inside of his own
why not?
pool. Captain Twig, I'm not sure you want to take this fight, bud.
I'm not sure what Twig can do. He's got his ultimate to pull in onto Benji. Typhoon is out. Crush on the grab, but Benji has gotten the kill. An important I'm a Monster answers back here, gives a kill to the Camelot Kings. Maybe Cyclone Spin receives some pressure here, but that's Charybdis. It's so hard to gank. But you got enough damage, and there's the Dark Portal that'll avoid a lot of that disengage. Cyclone Spin used the beads, not enough.
Benji isn't there, and Benji's here.
Yeah, Benji is here. He's a good enough player to be where he needs to be. Genetics. I'm sorry, my friend. You're going to have a hard time living through this one, and Paul is the one who nails in the final nail. Variety around to the right, but not much this round. Variety now maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable in his ability to impact some of these fights. You don't want to lose Genetics, though. The beads are still down. That's an easy whirlwind of Rage and Steel, and should be an easy kill here for the Tartarus Titans. The last bit of damage is done, and it is Layers who deals the final bit of damage on the monster onto Paul. But Paul uses the beads, uses the Aegis. That'll keep him alive in this fight. Soul Gem is there as well. The jump in from Benji, and the Nikes re-engaged.
Layers and Paul sticking around at low HP. Netroid forced to take the defensive routing towards his tier 1 tower. The Tartarus Titans are hurt, but not out of the fight. They want this permanent objective.
They do, and the tier 1 tower should positioning from the Tartarus Titans. The Camelot Kings have to find an answer. The answer is not in the grave of big man Tings, but look at Book of the Dead buying a lot of time for this Scylla. Variety makes it up onto the branch. Big man Tings up and over the wall.
Massive.
I'm a monster. Gobbles up Aurora alongside Captain Twig. And for the first time in God knows how long, feels like the Camelot
is
Kings
incredibly survivable. Paul playing so far away, even Aurora with a double leap. The whirlpool stance from Cyclone could be tough.
This is a pull from the Tartarus Titans on the Fire Giant. Camelot Kings close by. Remember that steal potential is there. The Fire Giant is low. Big man Tings back around the FG pit. But this is delayed out. I'm a Monster's gonna have to get used here. Is there enough damage for BFT to take it away?
Wow!
The Camelot Kings get the FG. Up on the branch, so is Variety, who dunks down, finds two. The Riptide out from Genetics. Big man Tings left alone on the right side of the fight. It is Typhoon from Captain Twig that deals the last bit of damage. You will trade your Hunter. You will trade your mid laner, but the Camelot Kings take the objective.
Big man Tings buys his team a little bit of time, and he also nets Fire Giant for the 3 remaining members.
Damage, I mean, what's the cost?
They could group up and try and siege themselves.
This is Big man Tings. I mean, it felt like I'm a Monster was about to time out. So he does the damage at the same time as Captain Twig does, and that burst. This is why, if you were concerned
gonna
about
stack up on the right side pretty soon here as well. The Kings don't have much time to play with.
Layers is on Captain Twig here. This is 1 versus 1, make it a 1 versus 2 as Twig desperately trying to get away. Typhoon won't help you when Layers is in the bat out of hell. Variety left alone with all 5 members of the Tartarus Titans. Fire minion wave about to reach the connects perfectly for the Camelot Kings. There's only 3, I say only, but there's only 3 sets of beads up for the Tartarus Titans and only a few of those targets that you want it to be on. Here we go, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel out from Aurora.
I'm a Monster.
That's an ultimate up and down from Variety. I'm a Monster finds no value. And this is now suddenly a marvelously easier pull for the Tartarus Titans. Benji drops the Thorns, drops the Sentinel of Zeus as well. All this time the Fire Giant being melted away, and the Tartarus Titans grab enhanced Fire Giant for themselves, and Miff, they're on the chase.
Benji, the first one for Layers, blinks in, force the Aegis.
They got the angle. Big man Tings dashes on away. Layers in the bat out of hell. The reverse sweep, is it happening before our eyes? Genetics gunned down by Layers. The rest of the Camelot Kings live on, and they have to defend their Titan. Fight outside of your Titan room.
Left side, Phoenix falls. The Camelot Kings, this is the last of it. They need to put up a defense here, and where's Twig? He's just now getting back to base.
Variety dashes away, and into the Titan room go the Tartarus Titans. This floor is looking mighty clean right now, Mifflin. The reverse sweep is upon us, and the Tartarus Titans get it done, and they're your Phase 3 champions.
They look nonplussed to me, Dave. Down 1 game, the Tartarus Titans walked out of the break room. They said, no problem. Down 2, still, these guys were confident in their ability to make the comeback, and they have done so here today. Impressive teamwork, great adaptation.